everybody. This is my hangar in Livermore where I'm building my Velocity XL, and I would like to tell about a little bit the story how I built the Cowlings for the engine compartment. And so yeah, you'll maybe remember some tips and tricks what I actually did here. So I just follow by the manual recommendations, so I just level up the airplane. So I actually have some level that I installed, I'll show it later, there, and put the bubbles in the center. I used 2 jacks that I made myself here and can just tilt it or just going up and down, and in the nose I have a sawhorse there. So just put the airplane there, so leveled it up, put the wings on, so the fixed these bolts are, don't remember how much I tightened them, and I use this gauge to check my wing incident level. So actually factory didn't provide this gauge to me, and I go to Tom, so he gave his one to me. I made a template and made the gauge, then I redone it once again. So the idea here is pretty straightforward. I just need to check this cord line is level, so it goes from this point to this point and it should be level. So what I did, I just put the bar parallel to the cord line, and when I put it onto the wing this way, I should go this one should be tipped because it's a cord line, so it goes there, it should be level, so I have to have a bubble center. So see, it's not root of my wing here when it means a strike. This is because some filler is on the tip, and maybe because I made the gauge my own way, so doesn't matter. So what I did, I checked that both parts of the wing is leveled properly. I was lucky that I had the same measurements on both sides, but if I wouldn't, so I had to put washers in between the wing part and spar, and what can change the level of the wing incident level. So I was lucky with this, so I removed both parts and put the Cowlings on. Okay, I installed the both Cowlings from the top and the bottom, and actually it didn't look like this. So it's just the surface goes there, here, there. I found the big gap, probably about 1 inch between both Cowlings here. But what I did, I actually made a template from the wing profile of this part, like manual recommends. So I just level it with this bolt, put it, and draw the line on both Cowlings. Okay, this is how the template looked like. So I found it in the garbage. So here we go. It goes this way, and I just put it right over here, like this, and I drew the line on the both Cowlings. What it is, the problem that I had, that I don't have right now, but that time the top Cowling was hanging up okay, but the bottom one always tend to go down. So I just use this car and just put some bar, and then can just change the elevation of the bottom Cowling. But when I change it, this side goes bent here or there, so very unstable thing. So okay, I put the template on the line from the wing profile on both Cowlings, remove them, cut them like manual recommends, not maybe very well precise, put the both wings on, leveled it up, and started to try to put the Cowlings on. So on and off, so I cut more and more and more and more, and eventually, when the Cowlings started to fit into the place, I figured it out, so that it's not visible right now, but that the cut lines that I tried to make very precise and cut very precise was not, it didn't repeat the wing profile, but I had some gap here, so, and the Cowling touches here, then I had the gap here, so the same on the bottom side. So, and I realized that maybe it was not a good idea just to cut it very precisely. Maybe I can save some time and just cut it, put it on, let it go as is, and then just fill the gap with the flange that overlaps a little bit the wing surface. So what how I decided to fix it, so I just sanded about an inch or half of the inch the Cowling on the top and on the bottom one, and I just put the cabba and put the one ply of bit, this one, and when it's just cured, I just remove it and put another layer from the bottom side, from inside, to hide the cabba seal, and it's so it covered by both fabric, so for the glass on the outer and inner side. So this flange, so it seems like look ugly, but when I will cover it and sand it, it will be smooth and easy, so everything is going to be look very well. So I look at Tom's airplane, so he made this flange bigger, maybe about 1 inch of covering wing. I think it doesn't matter. So, and this piece actually made like my doghouse, where I did the same thing. So this is just how the doghouse made. So it's a little bit filler here, but it's just when I will fill it and paint, it will look nice. And this is the how precise. Yeah, this is the how this flange look like. See? Okay, this and I'm going just to show up how my level inside here looks like. It's not leveled right now because I have on one part of the wing on the co-pilot side. This is when I just level airplane, so I had both bubbles in center here and there. Well, this was probably the 5% of the job. So when I just made these Cowlings here. So also Tom advised me to put more glass on here and inside, so you can see I just put more glass here, because he said when I will bolt it here, so it will chip and crack, and I made it more thicker, and so it looks good so far. Another thing that I didn't pay attention to at the beginning and then redone, so this is the diameter of this hole, because I already fit my engine before and I drilled the holes for the engine, so you can see the holes there for the engine mount, and I have to be sure that the center line of the engine right over here. So, and this is just has the right circle, and initially it was an oval, and then I just trying to make this circle by eliminating the gap here or there. So right now it's rounded and looks good. So I put the carbon, pieces of carbon here on both parts of the cowling to make it more stronger. Then I decided to not use, when I made the flanges inside, so I always, so I just follow by the procedure from the manual. I built the flange here, actually, like manual recommends, so I drill it and always can put the clicker to when I try to adjust something. So here, and they cut this line, made the flange, so everything like what manual says. And then what I did is install the hinges. So it took probably 80% of my time. Okay, 17% and okay, 60% and probably 20% on the flanges, up and down. I will tell about this a little bit more. So what's wrong with these hinges? Nothing wrong, but the surface of the cowlings it's not even, but it's curved. And if you try to put the hinge on, so it's just twisted different ways. And what I did, I got the pieces of the wood like this, so put it on the duct tape on this, put it on cover, and put it here, and made the flat surfaces for this hinge. The same thing I did inside and up and down, but instead of the piece of wood, I used this aluminum stripe. Where is it? Okay, this one, this aluminum stripe. So it's already bended because I just did something else with this. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. So I got this stripe, put the duct tape on it, and with the cover I made the flange here, so it's just curved but only in one direction, not twisted. So I could then, when the cover is curved, so just I could put the hinge on it and can make it so you can put the pin. So it's not so easy, it's still hard, but I can move it there. So then when I made the surface, flat surface, so I applied the hinge, drilled the holes, then cut it. One piece I glued to the cowling, another piece stay on the flange, on the wing, and then when I put it, so I just adjusted and made some changes, so it took a while. And so this is about hinges. So far so good, so they work well. And I'm going to show a couple problems and how I address them with eliminating bolts on these sides. So initially cowlings come with a flange like this that I could click here, and in the end it should be bolted. But I'm going just not to bolt them, but just eliminate them. So we can see inside the flange. So what I did, I cut the flange. It was initially probably a couple inch. I cut it to 1 inch, covered by duct tape. Put it here, so just supported everything. So I had the wing in place, so I already connected through the hinges to the wings, and then I made this flange first on upper side and then down side. It's just actually the stripe of the glass, about 4 plies of bead, and I made this flange. So upper side works well. I will remove the Cowlings now and will show, but the bottom side, so I couldn't put the Cowling in. I simply couldn't put it in between the skin and the flange that I just made. And what I did, I cut it again, and start thinking how I don't know how other people do this, but to me it was not acceptable. I simply couldn't put the Cowling myself. So let me remove it, and I will show what I did. Maybe it would be helpful. Okay, I removed the bottom part. Unfortunately, I cannot film it because I'm alone here. But what I did the flange so-called V shape. See, it has probably I don't know, 1/4 of inch here and meets the skin at the bottom. So it's like a V-shaped here. So why it helps? Because when I try to put the bottom Cowling in, so I hold it like this and then push it, and it goes this way, like this. And because when I put the bottom Cowling in, it goes like this and then up, and it meets this hinge right way after that. So how I did it? Well, I come up to this construction not quick, so it took a couple hours thinking about this. So I got the tubing, glue it in here, then put the cover and covered it by 1 or 2, probably 1 ply of bead here. So just need to remove all this mess here. But now it has some angle here, so like triangle in the profile, so it goes up and parallel, so it's like triangle like this. And then when I put the Cowling in, I could make the flange, and it works like charm. So I definitely can put the bottom Cowlings myself alone without any help. So then I asked Tom how he did. He said that he need to put the bottom Cowling with somebody, so he needs an extra hand. So, and I feel proud that I don't know when propeller is here, so probably I will need somebody else, but more or less it should work well. So here's the hinge, so you can see the curved surface here like this, but because it's not twisted but only curved one way, so it more or less good. I can let the pin in there. So unfortunately I cannot demonstrate or make a good demo because I'm just always hold the phone by one hand and other hand just trying to put. So this is just the pin, how it goes in. This is my still curved. See, it's stuck somewhere. Maybe. See, it doesn't work. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, even right now they rested about couple weeks or maybe months there, so it just not works easily still, but I'll figure it out. So okay, anyway, so I put the pin in, and how it should work, so it goes to this well. So when the pin is holded there, So I made it by the aluminum round, so I put it here, so cabinet covered it by this piece. Should work well, but still need to make some adjustment, but more or less I like it. And so to me it looks great. Also, see how much resin I put, extra resin I put here, and also I put some glass here. Yeah, you need to remove a mess and make it more sexy, look more better. But more or less construction part, I'm satisfied with this. So yeah, the upper or top flange looks good, and yeah, because it's just hold everything. So I made it from first attempt. This one I did it 3 times, to be honest. I struggled with the first approach, and I tried something else I even don't remember, and in the middle I just cut it to say it doesn't work, and then I just come up to the idea with making it V-shaped, and I very like it how it looks like, and so how easy it can be put there. So easy, okay, in quotation, but much better than before. Well, yeah, the cowlings are not finished yet, but I would say so maybe it's 90% of this job that has to be done here. So I need just to put some filler and make it better. And yeah, so maybe somebody heard about my problem with the wing, so I got it bubbled, and so the bubbles on the wing, and I just repaired it. So I cut the bubbles, and like Scott recommended me, so just to cover it by uni, and right now it's just everything sanded, looks good again. So yeah, so it's probably another topic for another video. Okay, here we go. That's it. Sorry for some mess and not a good demo, but I will do next one probably more prepared. Cheers.